Yo guys, namaskaram. So in this video, I wanted to talk about Valentine's Day and this whole matrix specifically that's going on. Specifically for the past week, I think I'm a day or two late on that. But anyhow, the same old fucking pattern again and again. I thought maybe let's just understand like Valentine days per se and how the wrong meaning has been infiltrated in our own mind. So first of all, I'm not against showing love and expression, but if society needs to approve something which is as intimate as love in your own life, then is it true love? Really, you need to question that. So, first of all, see, Valentine's Day, there was this person, Saint Valentine, and basically during that time, the king of that specific empire wanted people to go to war, so had put a ban on like marrying and against this whole love thing. He just wanted the young people of his kingdom to just fight and things like that. And then Saint Valentine comes in, he says that no, no, this is wrong, and then he kind of opposed that. Whenever he would see a couple who are truly in love, he would just marry them off. Due to all of this, he was put into the jail, and the folklore says that there he fell in love with the jailer's girl who was blind. He helped her give eyesight. I think we can take it metaphorically. And then that is how this whole day has kind of been glamorized. But now you see the true context of it. It was a battle fought for the truth, battle fought for placing your ideals above everything. But right now we celebrate Valentine's Day with this whole desire, with this whole insecurity which is being revved up among guys and girls alike. So you might have seen a lot of weird things. I just want to talk a couple of them. You see all these roses, chocolates, whatever is being gifted, but these gifts has a condition, specifically in our society. You see, the girl or the guy, also in some cases, wouldn't even talk to each other if from the onset there are no, let's say, caste matches. People talk about this behind closed doors, but the foundation on which we are placing our so called true love is how much does he earn, what caste does he come from, are our religion same, and a lot of other weird things which are just based like on a lot of picked up identities and at times a lot of falseness, because if we really would have understood the true meaning behind a lot of things that we do, a lot of them would eventually also be dropped off. Now let's come to this act of gifting chocolates. Chocolate, I'm assuming people give normal chocolates, uses milk, and whenever we are procuring milk, we are graping a baby calf or sometimes a mother calf, a mother cow, a mother goat, and then we are just showing all this love on the foundation of violence. Do you think that's really true love? Societally, you might have seen that a lot of girls might have seen that, okay, we are getting so many gifts, now let us post it on social media. Nothing against it, but is your love so hollow that you need to show it to the outside world that, oh, I'm like doing so and things like that? A weird phenomenon also happens. I've seen that all these friends of this girl, specifically female friends, they get insecure that all right, this week is coming. Let us just quote one of the Sims who is behind us. Let's just date him for a week or so, get all his gifts, and then we'll just dump him. It's like a strategic move, but the whole pretense that we show to the outside world that this is true love. I would give my heart out for so and so things. Is it really true love? Because within 2 months, if things go left and right, or let's say you have engaged in that act of sex, you have gotten that intimacy, within 2 months, you'll just break off because now you have gotten what you wanted. True love, in my opinion, is something that has so much joy within that you would just fight the whole world against it. But our love is conditional. We want cooperation of a lot of people around us and things like that. There was also this trend I was seeing that a lot of vigilantes of justice were going on the streets, moral policing all these couples and things like that. That is another form of insecurity, wherein these vigilantes or so-called justice forming a group are going on such endeavors. But you see the problem that whenever, let's say, you're going on to these so-called crowded spaces, if you genuinely are in true love, you would put the security of your partner and your own life in jeopardy. A lot of things that we do at times are just culturally, let's say, acceptable norms so that our so-called society, the pathetic society that we live in, could accept us with all its twisted morals and values and whatnot. Now, what can you do as a guy? See, I was seeing a reel of a very brilliant psychologist. He was saying that in life, he had given this analogy: just as we have two legs, which is used for walking. Uh, in life, similarly, we have two important foundations: one is career and one is relationships. He said that, let's say, whenever you're walking, you're keeping one foot on the ground and then the other one like this. You know how to walk. He says that whenever you're focusing on one thing, the other would be a bit off. But that is how the game of life is. You cannot be 100% all in a lot of things. There has to be a sweet balance of sorts, wherein some things should take the background, some things are on full throttle. I feel, personally speaking, I'm sure like a lot of people celebrate Valentine's. I'm sure there might be some true genuine love and emotions and all of that, but a lot of it is just, you can say, facade building, which people do to just get validated from the common people around them. I think a more practical advice would be, instead of like going into all of this mess, you just focus heavily on your career, because let's face it, at the end, if you don't have money and all of these things, a girl has 10 different backup options. In a second, she'll just dump you for a much better option. Of course, there are exceptions, but in general, because that is how attraction works. Now, one more very beautiful case comes in, since I'm talking about all these relationships. So, see, a lot of us go to find these so-called love relationships on the Bumbles and the Tinders and a lot of other platforms of the world. The problem with those platforms is it's mostly related, or it's mostly catered to, let's say, satiating your lust, and a lot of you can say weird things exist on those platforms, a lot of scams and things like that. So I was recently watching a case of the girl who had deleted famous person, I think Priya Mehta or something. So Form in India had uploaded a video wherein he quoted this guy because he showed himself as this rich guy, and then uh, that guy got deleted by this girl and two of her friends and boyfriend and whatnot. And now they are like happily in the jail, but then also she got married with another person who had deleted other children for that matter. So you see, of course, I'm not saying that such extreme things would happen, but if you're trying to find the love of your life on so-called platforms which are just catered towards lust, catered towards, I would say, fueling your insecurity, then I think a lot of introspection needs to happen. That what other pursuits can you take up in life? And see, if you have this thing wherein you're just unable to get rid of your own falseness of fighting the correct battles within your own family, be it all these caste battles, be it all these weird battles which exists in our society, how then can you expect someone else to love you wholeheartedly? Love in its essence means that you will just bleed for it, you will fight the right battle with the entire world. But I think we've just now shifted tangents a lot. So, see, it's a very good thing In our spiritual practices, we consciously learn to break our lesser self, tame ourselves so that we can always function from the highest potential that we hold within us as human beings. Why do you want some random Tom, Dick, and Harry to make you feel insecure about all these relationships and things like that? Because let's face it, we hide the lust that we all have within our hearts. We hide it behind this so called facade of love. This is not true love, this is just your hormones, and you're just looking for fun, increasing your body count, and things like that. Now, we all have that evil side within us which just wants to protect itself, and on the onset show that how good and noble of a being we are, wherein in reality we are just aka homo sapiens who have come out of jungles. And if you read a little bit of, let's say, history, homo sapiens have wiped away all other species who were like somewhat similar like us. So you all know how Harari talks a lot in depth about it, but just to give you a context, like where do we come from? So like, stop bullshitting yourself, stop also taking all these insecurities within your heart that so and so couples are doing this, they're all just doing it for let's say their puny little need to satiate their need for sex. Nothing wrong with it, but let's be honest with the facts of life and not quote it as true love, because if there is genuinely true love, you would give your life away for it. And just not going in that rabbit hole which the society around us is geared to make us feel that can be a solid good victory. I've seen a lot of people for this whole Valentine week, I don't know which day comes at what, but predominantly I think just locking yourself more in, having maybe extra reps in your gym and whatnot, whatever helps you to just build yourself up, better yourself up, investing more and more time into it. Like the career aspect which I mentioned, this is very important, because once you have one solid thing going on for you, all of other things would follow. And let's face it, as males, all the love that this so-called lovely society of ours gives us is mostly conditional. So instead of just showing to the world how sorted we are, how much love we are having, and all of that, let's just build lives of genuine authenticity. And if you feel this insecurity within you, like some of you had reached out to me that we have all these girls showing their boyfriends and things like that, it's just a game of having a night out to do that very noble thing, which after 2 to 3 months, whatever it is, a lot of these breakups would happen. There's a very interesting statistic as well that the rise of protections also rise during this auspicious week, which is just based on a lot of animal cruelty, a lot of false identities and whatnot. So let's just keep the facts straight. And anyhow, don't get into all of this shit. If you really need to show to the world, have these special dates which are approved by society to show how true and noble your love is, then it's really not true love. It's just something else which you know what it is. You let me know what your opinions have been. I usually like to just stay out of all this bullshit. You stay awesome. Take care. And until then, this is Debu Ki Dastak from Debu Ki Dastak signing off. Cheers.